extremely emotional man, and you can see on his face he's very, very angry and very, very upset at our success, and sits there and tries to say, no, he should be banned, he should be...
Made the call-out video. Full on. Call out Andrew Tate. I know what a viral video looks like. Shit would have gone viral. Except it wasn't quite me. I don't feel like giving him the blessing of being my dance partner.
Is an extremely emotional man, and you can see on his face he's very, very angry and very, very upset at our success, and sits there and tries to say no, he should be banned. I made the call-out video, full-on call-out, Andrew Tate. I know what a viral video looks like, what happened. Gone viral, except it wasn't quite me. I don't feel like giving him the blessing of being my dance partner in the ring for almost a year now. Andrew Tate and Logan Paul haven't exactly been the best of friends, as they've constantly thrown jabs at each other, starting with Paul going at Andrew for his rhetoric messaging. And since that, a lot has changed, most recently being the fact his ex-co-host of Impulsive and one of his closest friends in the influencer scene, Janko, managed to get Andrew Tate on his podcast. In just 3 days, it's sitting on over 4 million views, and the feedback has been insane with posts like, "This was amazing." You can tell how much respect Andrew has for George's perspective because of his genuine invested interest in the positive outcome of society. Masterful episode. George is such a multi-leveled human, reading the room and being honest in every single encounter. Unlike the Logan, who would have ever guessed George would be the one to make Andrew question certain things more than anyone else to ever interview him. GG, nicely done. As since the episode aired, it's evident Logan Paul isn't exactly pleased with the whole thing, considering George's initial role went on Impulsive was to be the funny one who would be the butt of the joke, but then could joke around about it, which clearly isn't his specialty in podcasting. To his performance in the Andrew Tate podcast is night and day. He wasn't anywhere near his potential on Impulsive, and they were massively holding him back because as soon as he would bring up religion, they decided he's doing too much and slowly pushed him off the show. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and turn on the post notification on bell. This way, you'll never miss out on any future celebrity videos similar to these. For those of you that may be unaware of Logan Paul and Andrew Tate fast feud, which just led up to this point where sources close to Logan say he's enraged Janko had Andrew Tate on his podcast, considering their history. Let's quickly catch up. In August 2022, Logan Paul was doing an episode of Impulsive and stated he didn't feel like platforming Andrew Tate and said there's no chance he would be relevant going into the beginning of this year. If everything he said about what he believes is true, he's not going to do so as of now. My statement stands that I made in your vlog. By 2023, he will not have a sliver of relevancy, hopefully, and yeah, know him. I'm glad he's gone. I did not like what he was doing. I didn't think he was healthy, and maybe if he would have worked a little smarter, he would have to be complaining outside of the Matrix about how there is a Matrix on of the main reasons Logan received so much backlash when he said this was the hypocrisy of all of it, as I'm sure you're aware of his 2018 slip-up in the forest, which led him to being the most hated man alive, where he got essentially deplatformed for a while and has since redeemed himself. So why would he push that on someone else while not giving them a chance to redeem themselves? Can't believe these guys would actually be so judgmental after all the experiences they've been through. Free tap. I am disappointed in Logan. He has bowed to the feet of the big tech overlords. I would really like to see him debate Tate and grill him with questions. But this makes Logan look like he's scared to think. Logan, who knows how it feels like to be canceled, would go on to say, "I don't feel like giving this guy a platform. I think it's funny just how malleable he is and cowardly he is. It's the smart move. But dang, at the end of your life, all the memories you have are spineless. It's not the way I wish to live out my existence, and all these points are valid. And it's shocking Logan Paul didn't even realize it when saying, and the fact no one on the podcast called him out for it, especially Mike then, once this came out, and that the entire internet was talking about it. Shortly after Andrew Tate's initial cancellation last year, he returned on a podcast with Patrick Bet David and repped Logan in the best way possible. First things first, I want to make it very, very clear that Logan Paul is absolutely early a tool of the Matrix. He's a bought and sold individual with no soul. He doesn't stand up for anything, and he doesn't mean anything he says. He gets pieces of paper from Susan or whoever else telling him what he's allowed to say on his channel to retain it. You believe that 100% Not only do I believe it, he's proved to himself. He will flip-flop on issue. He can be bought and sold to dudes a Logan. Paul is A, and I will say that here publicly anyone wants. I'll fight him for free. The guy's an idiot. It's interesting now to look at it and how Logan and Andrew Tate's career has shifted this past year, as the fact Logan thought Andrew Tate would be finished this year, and no one would care. It's pretty hilarious as net. How he's bigger than ever. Back to his recent podcast with George Janko, as we saw earlier on in the video. While he was getting immense praise for his performance, a large majority of the audience was referencing Lan for how he treated George on Impulsive, especially when it came to the religion side of things. One that really hurt me is you told me I need a therapist because I believe in Jesus. That won't hurt me. No, I didn't. I said you need a therapist because Jesus isn't quite doing it for you, which is true. No, you didn't. And I won't stand down. No, you didn't. You think I said I checked you. I said, what did you just say to me? And you said, what did I say? And you stumbled. I don't know what I say. And then you fumble. I'm not backing down. It is common knowledge that you don't interpret reality like reality happens. And you heard that incredibly wrong. You think I said you a therapist. See you. You believe in just the audacity Logan had to even say that I can guarantee you if George was Muslim, there's no way in hell he would say Allah isn't cutting it for you. Go get a therapist. He would have been harassed of the internet for eternity. It was astonishing to see that throughout the entire show, Logan never once acknowledged George's religious convictions. He was so sure of his position that it seemed he would prefer to be on the winning side of the dispute than be involved in it. Before we go any further into the video, what are your guys' thoughts on this entire situation? Has Logan all been wrong with his criticism when it comes to Tate in the past? Or does he have valid arguments? Comment down below. It was inevitable that George Janko would interview Andrew Tate, particularly after he had stood up for Andrew against his then close friend Logan. Paul, you hate women, you hate gays, and you're a racist. Of course you like Tate. You effing scumbag, Logan stated to George II, with a lot of the he says not be you do. You're a racist, homophobic Christian. Obviously, you do. No, shut up, stop, and you hate women. You think women are inferior to men. I'm not backing down for that, guys. That guy's AR, both. And he's just like I'm on the T. I'm on the T-tit. And I go some you hate gays. And you're racist. Of course you like Andrew, you scumbag. For those of you that watched Impulsive too could tell it was inevitable. Something like this would happen, considering how George was getting treated towards the end of his time of Impulsive site. Once the Bobby Lee walk-off, it was evident the respect Logan had for George on the podcast. It made sense for George Janko to start his own podcast, even though Impulsive has a larger listener base than his own. This is because if you listen to George on the Impulsive show, you probably heard him veer off topic and talk about something more significant like religion, which both Logan and Mike didn't seem to like talking about for long segments at a time, as their podcast is more pop culture based anyway. This concludes today's video. Be sure to subscribe to LoTube for future celebrity videos and turn on that post notification bell so you don't miss out on any future uploads. Until then, see you in the next one.